We have no way that this is done.
So if you haven't seen part 1 or your brain.exe has stopped working, then WTF are you doing here? Go watch it. But I don't wanna.
You mean?
Okay, now that you guys are back, we can begin. So where did we leave the story? Ah, yes. So after I fell down So after I finished the climbing course, I went down to the bus and found a spot to sit. We drove back to Harold's Hyman Hostel. We did some stuff that I totally remember doing, cause brain.exe has definitely not stopped working. Anyway, so most of the time I just sat in my bed working on the Fuo D-class video. But, you see, there had been a water gun fight happening. I DK how long this war had been going for, but I'm pretty sure it lasted longer than the school trip. I didn't talk about it in part 1 cause I didn't want to split any stories. But I will tell you, this war happened everywhere. But most of the times the people how was not in the war were the people how got hit, and that meant that more and more people joined. I wanted to join the fun, but I didn't have enough money. Sad face. Anyway, it got around to the time where we had to be quiet. Oh. We have to be quiet. HM.
Hi, did you know that you have rights? One kebab, please.
Yeah, you should know that that would never happen. And this is where we stuck our heads, shrug our windows, and talk a lot. We were probably did this for like 2.5 hours or something IDK. But it was fun. Anyway, after some time we went to bed. So I closed my eyes and waited for some peace and quiet. But then... oh shit, wrong script. Who, cut.
La ubicó otra paloma. Me voy a matar. Me voy a matar. Que me último. Uy. Me voy a matar.
After my alarm went off that I definitely didn't sleep true. We all had to pack our stuff and eat the breakfast before we headed towards the bus. And I knew that everyone else knew that the first people how got in the bus got the best seats. And as soon as I had gotten my bag in the bus, I speed ran my way to the back of the bus, and I got to do the sit in the back of the bus. With 3 other girls. And when everyone had gotten themselves in their correct buses, we went up to a museum. Well, we first was gonna watch some woman do some experiments like these that I'm about to show you.
And what do you think will happen if we do this? And how about this?
And there was a lot of other cool experiments that often ended. Okay, I will stop making that joke. And after we were done watching, we went up to the floor where we took a look at a museum of tech and stuff. And there were a lot of stuff like oil platforms. Small models of, you know, the one thing that Norway is known for. Making oil and money.
Hey Sverige, you want fry eggs? Ja visst. Un momento por favor. Must add oil to egg.
There were also a lot of other stuff in there too, like cars and self-driving cars with a name. And a small one-person plane, a helicopter, a train, and another train thingy. And last, but not least, a full-on passenger airplane. How the fuck did they get any of the things in there? Except the cars, I can understand that. Like how? You don't just decide one day, yet let me just grab a fucking airplane and put it in my house. That heaviest thing can fly and crush your house. And anything in the house. And probably me in the house.
You might have a brain, but I have a gun!
Thinking about it, an airplane would look pretty cool in my house. Oh, and if you want to see things in there. Here is all of the pictures I took in there. The next thing that we were gonna look at is this weirdest thingy of a gun. It is the Oslo ski jump thingy. Welp, I'm just gonna say that I'm never jumping of that in my life. But I will in yours. So we just existed around that area and died of heat stroke. And again, I have some pictures of when we were there. So here they are. After we were done dying in the sun, we went to the bus so that we could die in the bus instead. I think it's time that I tell you guys and gals how it was going in the bus after we had barked for some reason. I think it's time that I tell you guys and gals how it was going in the bus after we had parked for some reason. 'Cause you can call that thing Venus, 'cause the heat was through the roof. And the bus would only start to cool down after like 10 minutes of driving. One time when we were waiting for the bus drivers to open the bus, someone said, can the bus drivers hurry up, I'm dying. And then I said, like it's any better inside the bus. Good point. Now I think it's time that I tell you guys and gals what happened in the bus. So we went back to the bus-shaped oven so that you can get a Mr. Freddy-shaped well-done steak. After everyone in the bus were a well-done steak, it was time to drive home. No, I'm not telling you how long it took to get home, 'cause someone would probably go on Google Maps and do some fancy magic stuff, and find out where I live. And I didn't want to execute another one. Oh, what? I said that out loud? Fuck. So we just chilled in the back of the bus, but then this happened. Yeah, you remember that water gun fight I talked about earlier in the video, right? And the fact that this war happened everywhere. Well, everywhere includes in the Venusa, I mean the oven, no wait, I mean the bus. So I had to get creative and find a solution so that I didn't get the wet from the water gun thingy. But I was still able to relax to some degree. And it seems that some other people also relaxed to, 'cause there was a lot of popcorn on the floor of the bus. So when we stopped to get some food, the teacher said that everyone from here and back cannot go until it's clean. Oh, so fuck me and the 3 girls that didn't do anything. I mean the 3 girls in the back slept almost all the time. Not me, I'm incapable of sleeping while sitting. No matter what I do that don't include laying down. Anyway, so we waited for the floor to get clean so we could go and eat a good and warm burger that had waited so long that it was no longer warm, and was now cold and horrible. Yeah, it didn't taste good when it was cold. If only we could have gotten there a little earlier and not waited in a bus for no reason. So I sat down and ate the food for a little while, but then we had to go before I could ate up my food. If only we could have gotten there a little earlier and not waited in a bus for no reason, maybe, just maybe, we could have had enough time to eat up the food. Who scenes. Who, I wonder what went wrong there. Oh, I haven't been funny for a little while. It makes sense why my voice went haywire. Let's see if we can find something funny for you to ha at. That isn't me.
Welcome back. Last time on Freddy's Hell the Kitchen.
Case Verrier, you want fry eggs? Ja visst. Un momento por favor. Must add oil to egg.
And now we return to Freddy's Hell the Kitchen. And then I said, that's not my wife, I'm not married.
Hey, hello, come here, donkeys. Here we go. Where's the lamb sauce? Gentlemen, gentlemen, gentlemen! What in the are you doing? Off you fat useless sack of fucking Yankee cake. You're cooking in a bird pan, you fucking dick! Come on, Garrett! Now it's turning into be a fucking big embarrassment! Get out! That's cooked to you, get out! I still haven't got a lamb out from the Red Sea!
Gregory.
Get out!
I hope you enjoy it, chef. It took me 7 hours to cook.
Like a bison's penis. What is that shit?
Okay, now let's get back to the story. So we went back to the bus-shaped Venus. But this time it wasn't 1,000,000 degrees cause it was raining really bad. Eventually, we went in the bus and started to drive. And then the water gun fight had started again. You know, I don't think that water gun fight had anything stopping it. But luckily it wasn't that long until we went home. Or was it? You won't know cause I ain't giving a hint on where I live. And I genuinely don't remember how long we drove for. So eventually we came home to Stockholm where my dad was waiting for me. Something that honestly shocked me was that he was talking to the dad of another girl in my class that I rarely talked to. It was really unexpected that they knew each other. And that was all. That was all I have to say about my school trip to Oslo.
That's all, folks.